Virgo, what's good? I'm your mile high priest. My name's Armando. I'm chilling up here. It's a little later on Saturn's Day. It's Saturday, January 11th. 111. My, what do we got here? I've cleared the table. I've cleared the channel energetically because it's obviously not a clear table. It's very full of cards and writing. Sorry, so breathy. Heaters and humidity is low. Weather is low. Moods are rather flowing. Thank you for being here. Happy full moon in Cancer. Happy birthday to the sun in Cancer or sun in Capricorn. Collective, thank you, Virgo. This is a message for the Virgo Sun Moon Rising collective, the nodes, as well as your Mars and Venus placements. Right. I speak to many placements, many signs, so this may still resonate with you. I strongly suggest that you check out your other sign placement readings. Disclaimer: trigger warning tarot. TWT. My mind always moves faster than my mouth, and today my mouth is way slow and my brain is way fast. Thank you, Virgo. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, leave me a comment. Feel free to support the growth of the channel slowly but surely by hitting the thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah, say hi, and let me see if I can get through this because it's been a long start to the new year. Happy New Year. Y'all, the nodes just shifted. The south node is in your sign, okay? It's in like 29 degrees of Virgo, so it is the anaretic degree, or the anaretic degrees are those final like 27, 28, 29, and then the zero, the turnover to 0, 1, that that space in that temperamental zone. Thank y'all for being here. I honor you. I honor your presence. I honor your discernible, keen intelligence, your discernibility. Please take what resonates. Yeah, say hi. I feel like I took like a day off and now I'm like, what am I doing? The number's 131. The number's 13, or the number 13, but also double 13. So like 1313, 1313, Ace of Cups, shift, the symbol of shift. You've been proven your worth. Start evaluating relationships. So you could have seen this play out over the last year or like the last 2 years. You could have been a part of this. I'll call it a scene or whatever. Like the scene. You were a scenester. More so like Virgo, for you prominently, I even get this regardless of your age or like regardless of your stature, standing, status, whatever, wherever. Hello, Virgo. Thank you for being here. Once again, I honor you. I clear the channel and I open the channel to the foundational earth, air, fire, water elements. Thank you. And Holy Spirit, Holy Divine Father, Divine Mother, Holy Spirit, Earth, Mother, and Father Sky, right? Okay. Mercury, what's good? Getting heavily the vibrations of Pisces. These are masculine Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. New life is here, so this is a yes, but please wait. It is that you have discovered discrepancies or disharmony. It could be a relationship between you and someone else, or just your right? Your intrapersonal relationship with the mind, with your heart, those connections, and you could have seen the scene play out, whether it affected those around you or you actually were in partaking, which for me, I get more of like dating, or you were, yeah, you were like dating, or you're part of like the dating scene. And so it's kind of the overwhelming amount of choices, and where you thought that that was maybe where you thought that many choices may lead you to one good choice, but it has that effect of have your cake and eat it too. So where I go with the symbolic kind of archetypal, the evolution of the archetype is shift to determining, right? Like the gnosis aspect, determining that it's like turning around and finding out that the cake was a store-bought box cake mix. So realizing the foundation must be elevated, right? Like the foundation that you were working with, maybe it doesn't match where you're going, or it doesn't match the type and the quality of relationship that you really want. And it's beautiful to see that and honor that in the scene that you partook. Sorry, I also did just chug some coffee before because I was like dozing off. What I mean is that it's beautiful to see where that faulty foundation leads you. And for you, for Virgo rising especially, it is very prominent in this nodal shift. So for the next year, especially for the next 2 years, especially 2.5 years, this begins that new journey into self-worth. It does kick off that 20-year cycle, and it does start with a 7-year Venusian cycle. More appropriately, it starts with this 2.5-year shadow cycle for you because of the South Node in Virgo. So this is your Ace of Cups, but first it's determining your Ace of Swords to get to your Ace of Cups, then getting to your Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is actually what that's the reason why people are looking at you. So people want you more for a contractual type of relationship where it can be about transactions and making money, basically. So if you're Virgo rising especially, you may want to receive many yeses from people, but it's like, let them come to it. So don't ask for it. Don't demand it. Not saying that you are demanding, but the South Node is wicked in that it is very much attached to karmic encoding, karmic codes, so ancient codes that may not survive the span of your shift, right? Like over the next year, especially, you'll be working with the witch to determine your self-value. So looking at the ugly, looking at the bad to get to the good. The witch will want you to speak up, but here's the secret. The less said, soonest mended. I mean it, Virgo. Virgo, what's good? Hone in and pay attention, right? Don't let me raise the one that you start. Okay. This start is a great position to start. It's a great position to be in and to start in. You must believe, okay? So it's going to take you to come to it'll take you coming to the truth to get to your heart. So this is moving this manner of manifestation. Learn how to manifest in this manner. This is where it starts to get wavy, your relationship with your surroundings, and then the romantic life starts to shift. So understand that though you were served a platter of lessons, you took on only the challenge of having your cake and eating it too. But look at the platter. Y'all. It's like one faulty foundation exposed many things. So can you imagine what then going back to determine how you want to develop the new foundation, how you want to bake the new cake from scratch, maybe how that will expose many great fortunes for you, right? Like one bad thing led to many bad things. One good thing can lead to many good things. Manifest. And so where the yes card comes in is it's like you may need to determine how you're going to survive, meaning how you're going to apply knowledge, learn from the experience of disharmony in your relationship, having too many options and having your cake and eating it too, or allowing those around you to perform in that scene. And like what third party situations are like, it could be work, it could be the self, like the other person may have issues with their shadow self or coming to unite with their sacred self. So it's like the third party, as in many, as you may already know, is God, right? Like it's either the absence or presence of sacred, the sacred vow, the contract. So this is where it gets wavy. Pluto's here, transformational relationships. Start with self, start with turning on the bright lights. Don't commit just yet. Transform you before signing up. So if you're the Virgo that's like super single, or like none of the situations are even worth looking at, or not even one is worth looking at, like that's either way, I think it's going to take you coming back to you to determine how you're going to want to bake the cake, right? Whether from a box or from scratch. Who's to say which one is better? It's how yours is going to turn out, right? How are you going to bake yours? How are you going to gather your ingredients in the first place? How are you going to mix? On what table? On what quality of parchment paper? What quality? Where are you? What's the air quality, right? The humidity, the pressure. Low rack, high rack, above oven, low oven, all these things matter. This is what I talk about all the time. Like the industry within you, for you, Virgo, the industry that you want to climb the ladder within starts here in the heart center. And it starts with baking the cake appropriately to your standards, to your personal, unique Virgo. I'm talking to you. Okay. Transform you before signing up. Do you want what's in front of you? And I'm not trying to be facetious, because you might want what's in front of you, but you know what it's going to take. If you want something like me, it's going to take a lot. Cut. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. Sorry, y'all. It's like elevation. It's the heights, right? Like, okay, yeah, for you, Virgo, Money Avenue. That's what I wrote. Money Ave. Boom. Okay, you don't fit in most spaces anyway. So why not go to freaking Money Avenue? Time to descend. Level up. Your shift 20-year cycle begins. Get ready for a transformative 7-year re-beautification. This is not regarding your identity, even if you are the most masculine male. Re-glamorization, re-elegance, re-elegantite. This is what I call advanced practice. Okay? This is your 2-year nodal shift. It can be conditioned more to the next 1 year. The advanced practices go high and go low. The secret is to seek the light. 3's a crowd, right? 3's a freak. You thought you knew, right? You thought you knew, right? Okay. Shh. Shh. I wrote sleekify. Sleekify. Okay. Thank you, Virgo, for being here. Once again, I honor you. I'll read a little bit ahead, okay? Ralph Waldo Emerson's quote, "Great hearts steadily send forth the secret forces that incessantly draw great events." So, going from your open relationship scene to great events, how about that? How about from the garbage mill to great events, great heights, baby? What are you signing up for? What's good? Holy, the tower. Y'all, Virgo. Here's the thing, you made the right choices. You are being looked at, like, what I mean is like the higher ups, or like the people that do want to hire you more so is what I'm talking about, not the relationship stuff. Like that we kind of covered, and that was a whole, that's summarized by like a cake out of a box. Like Virgo, we're moving on to the big, the good, right? But this is what I mean. The Sun and Scorpio card, 6 of Cups. You want the new life. This is a yes card, but it doesn't mean that the old relationship is worth it. Like, one, is it even a relationship? If it's a situation, is it even built on anything? And if there's disharmony, is it even worth it? Can you even do it? One, is there even room or time or space for you to come to you first, to then come to determine what even went wrong with this person, or like if it's going to work? And also don't forget that they're involved. So even if you've discovered all your feelings, what if they don't even know what a feeling or emotion is? Typically with the Sun and Scorpio card, the 6 of Cups, it's like, hey, those are cute feelings, but like, bro, we're like freaking 40 plus year club. Like it's only cute up until like it's not cute anymore, right? Okay, like, is a cake out of a box that cute? It's not cute. Clear the table. I can. This has a lot to do with relationships. So I would say follow, like, if you're not in love with what you're doing, it could be very creative. It's like it's going to take new families, and what I mean by new families, it's like new communities. It may be out of the range of your family to even like support you, besides like giving you praise and confidence boosts, like supporting you energetically, but that matters too, right? What I mean more is like you're being perceived as very thoughtful and very mindful, but how you want to be perceived is directed and active. So you're already there, or you're manifesting that active state. And what I mean is move in your industry, determine your passion, your love, determine a focus now from all the choices. So if you were part of the, like if you were in an open relationship with many jobs, like maybe now it's like determine which jobs are going to fit, which job is going to fit. I want to take one of these heaven and hell oracle. This dude's legit, right? These decks are legit. This is by Travis McHenry. What it do, Virgo? Thank you. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Thank you for coming back if you're back. Thank you for being here if you've been here. Loyalty, card 16. Which is 16 is reference to the chariot, 6 + 1, and then 16 is the tower, right? And atonement of errors. I think that as you recalibrate and align with your truth, like move through shadow, move through those self-imposed limitations, move through blocks, but also move through lies and deceptions and delusions to get to truth, because that's how you will rectify, that's how you'll calibrate. I was going to say recal. We'll get there though. This is one of the cherubim, okay? This is like ultra violet, like that's why the tower keeps coming. It's like very, that's how I describe the cherubim and the seraphim, and like they wield these mighty swords and they're double-edged, so it doesn't come without the shadow, without the blocks. Like the angels will still present to you the block, because they're like, what the F are you doing? Here's the freaking block. And if you want magnificence and great events, you're going to have to really look at how you're going to atone for errors, right? Like, how do you expect to be forgiven if you can't see it for what it was and for what it is still giving, and you have made the decision to enact new life? So that begins with new honors, honoring the entirety of you, your authentic self, and then moving in that manner, and then reconciling with aspects of you. This may include a person, if it's worth it. For most Virgos, is it worth it to go through all the trouble? That's kind of what I mean. Like, do you really want what's in front of you? Like, you can't. I see like the many options as like very frivolous. Like you get caught in the you get caught in your own little game. It's like, I'll find the best option. Like, okay, but like none of the options are good. So like, how are you even going to find the best option if none of the options are good? It's like being so far in the game that you're like, did you even check the quality of the options? So Virgo, like, hopefully you saw this outside of you, like with your parents. I see like your mom being a prime example of the scene. Wow, please, like, don't. What I mean by the scene is like the example. But for real, Virgo, for you, like, the scene is like dating. I know you've been dating. I've been talking forever. I do see the light for you. Okay, here's that King of Swords, Page of Rods. Yes, so it does have that quality, like, okay, I thought I had proven myself, but now you're being really asked to, yes, this is asserting yourself in the, like, get out of this funk, okay? It's not even about being backstabbed, but it's about allowing others to take you for granted, like take your authenticity for granted. And it maybe what I see more is like, were you truly shining how you want to shine? It was like you're operating very Virgo in, and more so in the light, like very, very bad example, but just like very straight and narrow, like not showing your true gifts of what your intelligence effects, like what it causes and the effects in others, right? Instead of like, wow, the Chariot, instead of just like proving your intelligence, right? Like, now watch your intelligence move others, like watch how others process your intelligence and what that means for them. I think you're realizing that that is powerful. I want to know what this king says. Wow, that coffee really, like, it was a Vietnamese coffee. It like really. Okay, Sun in Gemini, 10 of Swords. So I told you you've been in the light, just in the light, like, oh, this is good. Oh, many options are good. Oh, having many options, maybe that's good, but I would even venture to say that having too much of a good thing. But Virgo also like determine, right, or any of those qualifiers of quality. Page of Swords, King of Swords. I think all of a sudden you're confronted with like, oh, I don't fit in, like, because like this is too little for me, like this isn't enough. Like, for the most part, most of the people that you were dealing with were not enough. Now there's like this little instigator, this like fiery, passionate, it is like a shapeshifter quality. And this is not to point you in the wrong direction, like not someone performing like dark psychological tactics or like manipulating you. It's more like, oh, there may be a good option, but what does the King of Swords say, right? There's a lot of Gemini here, and yeah, go there. Like, also for you, it's like just asserting yourself in a manner where you're like, yeah, I've peaked. That was me as a young Virgo, or like that. There can be many vibrations like that where you're reminded of like certain phases, like when you reach age 13, age 16, age 18, and so on and so forth. When you hit your 30s, mid 30s, like it's like the arrivals, like all of those are gates, and all of those moments should have provided to you a understanding and a point of origin from which to then pivot or move from. But there may be a need to readdress the entire breadcrumb trail and figure out where you took a turn that you didn't want to take. What's with the King of Swords? What's with the King of Swords? Y'all, I'm so sorry that I spent like the first 25 minutes just channeling to you and talking your head off. I read the angel card though. Did I? Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. Like his office is to cause women to love men and to bring them together in love. It's very Two of Cups, very... This could be the start, right? Like, I don't know. I think you really want a good relationship because we have the Zero, we have the Fool, we have that Pluto Uranus, like no longer staying, no, you're not willing to stay. Like that was the lesson that you learned, that you're not going to stay. You're maybe figuring out where you can arrive, where it's worth it to stay. So that's exactly what I mean. Like what's the quality of the ingredients that you're buying for your cake. So see how far you've made it to determine that you don't want or even prefer a cake out of a box. Also, Betty Crocker did a good like experiment, like they did good user experience research on the box cake. So like that may be the wrong example, but it came from like too much cake and eat it too, sort of. That's really the message. Tell me more about the King of Swords. I think also that you see like maybe how you don't want to be perceived as foolish, as someone who takes a lot of jumps into relationships, and as someone not grounded, but you're unwilling to stay. You're unwilling to be defined by old vows. So taking on new vows and really going to scratch the surface and then dig deeper. Like take the leap of faith into digging deep. But also this is so internal for you. And I do see the Ankh as the new life, as the positive affirmation that as you move through all this gunky stuff. Also a lot about like salt, a white rose, salt, like maybe you're purifying, you're calling in a lot of divine pure energy, salt, like casting salt circles. Gosh, the symbolism of a ring, like a men's ring, a man's ring, like platinum, gold. I don't know. Like obviously gold is transmutation, grounding, like more grounding. And it's like, yeah, you're turning from like the like pale gray into like the beautiful loving green, emerald green, right? Scorpio. Okay, so wait, I put the Fool away. Maybe it's the jump start, right? Like false starts is where I get like no longer acting in that manner, and maybe coming out of acting in that manner, because we have the Star and the Nine of Pentacles. So that means you're single and you're like, I'm not taking any chances. I'm not taking any like anything right now. And we do have the 6-pointed star, so that is involved in getting clarity about a relationship, and this is great. I think you're doing it just the way I described it. So I was likely just reading your energy. It's like if it's not something you're up to or doing already, it's something that the cards recommend, that your spirit guides recommend. Thank you so much to our divine presence here, because we do have the Artist, but we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is your Virgo and Venus. So your Venus cycle starts with you. It starts with origin being you and how closed off you are to good, worthy, valuable presences and presence, a present, and then how you've kept yourself also away from the type of value and the type of worthy individuals that you actually deserve in your life. So like, you can't keep yourself small. Like God is saying, time to create, time to rise in your money, time to rise in the relationship with yourself, time to not hinder yourself. And it's not a good time to avoid the intrapersonal, your relationship internally with you. Okay, King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, fixed sign, Scorpio. There are a lot of like the Aquarius, Pisces, cold, standoffish. So Virgo, it's not about being cold. It's not about being right. I think you're figuring all that out. It's about being pure in your authenticity, not even like this purity angel. That too could have been a hindrance, right? Okay, where can we take it from here? I promise you I'll do another reading for you because this was just me going blah, blah, blah. Clear to my messages, clear to my messages. Thank you. Our spiritual guides of the highest light, our helpful and sage ancestors. Virgo, this is your... Okay, that's what I'm getting. Okay. So we said cold-hearted Pisces, cold-hearted Aquarius. Here's the hot lovin'. Here's the lovin' Pisces, lovin' Aquarius. Like, ease out of the depression and suppression and limitation and martyr. Like, you're not there anymore. Virgo, you're like not the giver. It's like, but before you expect others to give you, make sure you know what you're receiving. Make sure you're asking to receive the right thing, right? Knight of Cups. So yes, if it's like you're ready to take on, like you're like, okay, I gotta admit it to this person that like I really like, I want to choose them or something. It's like if you haven't realized that it's the work that is going to be involved to have great events, right? Great hearts, for great hearts to steadily move forward to create great events. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, Sun in Virgo. This is it, Virgo. Soul calling, soul calling. Virgo, you want practical things, right? Soul calling, soul calling. Virgo, you want love, you want money, you want justice, you want 11. Okay, start with the 8. A little bit of a review process. Like what was 2024? Because it was a third party situation, right? Right, Knight of Wands, right, Scorpio, right, Sag. The truth was hidden all along the way. It was hidden from even the liar themselves, right? The one unable to emit and admit the truth. The one unable to serve the truth will serve the platter of the platter that the Knight of Wands goes for, which is like the buffet. The all-you-can-eat buffet, right? Y'all, that is not giving Emperor. That's not giving Divine Mask. That's not giving having learned from BS. That's not giving you're lucky, you're getting lucky. That's giving you're not getting lucky. Virgo, that's giving horseshoe in reverse. Okay. So for those of you who maybe perceive me as a non-reverse reversal card reader. I very much read everything, baby. I read your divine essence too, okay? Going from that 6-pointed star to the 7, divinity, okay? It's like you want the fresh start with the other one. You're like, okay, what's it gonna take? Here it is. Full effing moon transformation, okay? Holy moly, I told you it was gonna be transmutation, death. The number's 9. This 9 year, very significant for you, Virgo, because the nodes, like this first year is like climb out of the depths to the top, and then don't fall, ride the wave, okay? But as you ride the wave, that's you coming out of the 2-year Virgo South Node transit, and this like new way about you, like everything we've talked about, what you want, money, love, justice, right? 9 of Wands. Perhaps you may want everyone to say yes to you. You may want to say yes to everyone, but the suggestion here, your soul's advice to you is guard how many yeses you put out. Look at 2024. That's a reminder of everything that you said yes to and how many times you said yes and where it led you. Okay? Look back at it. Look back at it, because that was some bull. 10 of Wands. Okay, 9 of Wands. Okay, Virgo. That's your lesson. Okay. That's your tantric lesson. Did your tantra teacher forget to provide to you the exit out of the hellish, demonic filled world of tantra? Perhaps you want new life, sustainable life, away from yes, away from being a yes Virgo, right? Wow, baby. That's when God shows up. The freaking Hierophant, the high priest. El Papas. What is it called? El Papa Sacerdote. The high priest. Masculine Taurus vibrations, okay? You better chill on it. You better ground, okay? It's that wand, okay? Because this Gemini magician holds a wand. Look at your Gemini house. For you, Virgo rising, it is like that 10th house, right? Like how you've been showing up, how you thought money might get you love or love might get you money. None of which I'm saying any labels. I'm just saying, isn't that typically how this Real Housewives society, 21st century American millennial like falsehood here, it's all built on random thoughts of random people on random message boards, none of which have ever made a cake not from a box. It's time to grow you a cake from scratch, right? That's what the high priest is saying here. That's what it's going to take. Time. It's going to take, I was going to say activation. I think movement, like regarding like the energy is so dense in a way, like coming out of funk and depression and determining those that effed with you and how you let them, and then how you're not going to let anyone F with you anymore. And it's not about 0 Fs. It's about, you better get the F out of my way appropriately as I rise from the Knight of Wands at the buffet to the King of Wands at the 3 to 5 course meal restaurant. Okay. You can order the antipasto and the dessert. And you still get 3 courses in between. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what I'm on today, but I drank a lot of coffee and it had a lot of sugar. And it was likely all I needed. And I will be back with you, Virgo. I will be back with a good reading, because this was just me like channeling, and I didn't even realize I was like really chattering for that long. I'm like really hyper right now. Five of Wands, yeah. So flip it around. Instead of you paying attention to all the options, like the love options, and center yourself in your determined landscape to rise in money at work. And it's not about like being selfish. It's like let others kind of tend to themselves right now as you tend to you and yourself, and as you kind of revert or like revert to review, but not to stay and not to jump. You're going to then unveil, open your eyes, open them. Okay, peripheral, the wide yoga, advanced practice, right? So that your vision, so that you can go from will this work? Will that work? None of the options worked out before. Do I want to take the chance to like, I'm going to do it. I've already determined my proper course of action, and all I need to do is move forward slowly on my own, regardless of whether you are in a relationship. Like I'm not saying break up, but what I'm saying is like allow others to tend to themselves so that they can catch up to you and you can catch up to them as well. Okay. But if no one is, moving along with you, like they're obviously not going to be there. And then like after this kind of 2-week vibe of like, let's get to the new moon in Aquarius, okay? So for now, happy full moon in Cancer, Virgo. I'll be back with, I hope, a solid message, because this was just like, hi, I'm the weekend jester. Okay, Virgo, ciao, keep it real, buongiorno. Maybe it was a little bit of like, ooh la la, laissez-faire, to now like, what is who, what? Okay. Heraldess Janine, quote, leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and in actions. On your way, Virgo, on your way. All the beautiful emerald light to your heart center, and all the protective ultraviolet, bright violet white light to your auric body as you assert the scratch made qualities about you, okay? Made from good. Organique. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Action. For you, about you, with you. Okay? I'll talk to you very soon. Enjoy. Ciao.